Training apprentices can be a big idea for businesses, and yet a lot of companies don't do it. The Canadian Apprenticeship Forum, or Forum canadien sur l'apprentissage, recently released a 2008 follow-up study looking at why. The study is called Apprenticeship and Return on Apprenticeship Training Investment to Employers. I'm joined today by Don Obrowski, President and CEO of Wayward Steel Fabricators, and Les LaRoque, President of Botting and Associates, to talk a bit about what the study uncovered. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Don, I'm going to start with you. You have experience in the apprenticeship model. Tell me about your experience.
I happen to have been in business about 39 years.
Give or take.
Give or take, yes, and several different businesses and several different trades. So I've hired apprentices all my life. In fact, I'm an apprentice myself, or I was. I'm now a journey person, and I have a full understanding and appreciation of the input and the outcome of apprentices and the tradespeople.
Les, for you, what's your experience been?
Botting is a mechanical contractor, and we have the privilege of training anywhere between 70 and 90 apprentices at any one time in 3 different apprenticeable trades in the mechanical contracting business. So we have great exposure in the apprenticeship training model.
What would you say, Les, are some of the key benefits? Certainly the study has flagged a bunch of them, but what are the most compelling to you as you reflect on what was learned there?
Well, I think first and foremost is the studies has proven what many of us employers already know, and that is that there's a great business case for apprenticeship training. The study has identified that there is truly a great return on investment when you do invest in apprenticeship training, and we believe in that, have for a long time, and continue to do so. And I think it'll be important that this study gets out and makes more employers aware of that benefit.
There's some pretty compelling numbers, Don, in there, but if you were to park the study aside for a second, be hanging out with the bar with a bunch of your peers, what would be the #1 thing that you would highlight that would say, listen, you got to get with the program and at least consider working inside of an apprenticeship model?
Well, I would like to really talk more about what it would cost me if I didn't have any tradesmen. And where do you get tradesmen from? You got to go through the apprenticeship system, and as far as a return on an investment on an apprentice, to me it's kind of a redundant question, because I think there's value in anybody that you hire, regardless of whether they're a trades helper, apprentice, or whatever. And if you're not getting any value out of that person probably isn't going to be a good journey person. So that sort of sorts itself out very early on. But the real key is, what is it going to cost your business not to have enough journey persons?
Right, the flip side.
And that's the question and the answer.
Les, the numbers across a whole bunch of different trades were pretty compelling. Did that surprise you, or does it reflect your experience?
You know, I think for those of us that do support apprenticeship training, see it as a critical part of our business. The numbers that I see in the study is the return on $1 worth of apprenticeship investment in apprenticeship training is $1.47 in return, and I guess if I'm in business and then somebody's going to offer me $1 or $1.47 return for every dollar I'm going to invest, it clearly to me is the right business choice. So the challenge is making sure that message gets out.
Some of the surprising things, Don, were less tangible benefits, like relationships with customers are better for folks who've gone through that process. Health and safety issues are less pronounced for folks who have gone through that. How do these areas link to an apprenticeship model?
Well, I think for me, let's pick on safety, for instance. We don't really, in the apprenticeship system, teach safety as such, but all of the activities that an individual learns or tasks they learn, they get taught how to do them safely, so you automatically get a safer individual having gone through the system. Productivity, same thing. We get a person that is taught how to do it correct and also efficiently, so you get a lot more of a productive individual. Therefore, you also get a happier customer at the end of the day.
One of the big hurdles, Les, that employers have to look at is the cost. It's not free. There is some investment, even if it's simply investment in time, but likely it's both time and money. What is the thing that you would say that is most compelling about how people need to think through this question of cost for the business, especially ones that are perhaps a bit smaller?
Well, I draw back to the point I made earlier, is that if you do not invest in your people, you similar to what Don had said, your business will not survive. It comes down to having quality people. And the apprenticeship form of training, I believe, is the most cost-effective. And again, the numbers show that there is a return on that investment that you as an employer make. And that is also, in some of the intangibles, you get a better employee, an employee that's more in tune with his trade. He views himself as a professional, and I think those benefits far outweigh any perceived expense, because again, the numbers show that there is a plus on apprenticeship training. If
I was a factory manager, I knew that if I bought a new piece of equipment and I was able to run the line faster, it would be very tangible. So to some people, that's a harder mathematical equation.
I don't see that. I think employees that are in tune with their business, understand the true benefit of an apprentice within your system. They are and can be efficient, effective individuals within your organization very soon. And there is this, this perception out there that they're an expense to you. It's clearly false. It's not the case. And I think the true employers that do support and understand it are winning as a result. So,
Don, a couple of the reasons why employers don't hire apprentices is, one, they don't have enough work, they say, or two, their business is too small. With people for whom those are their circumstances, what do you say?
Well, I don't think those people truly understand the value of a tradesperson or an apprentice going through the system. I think they're using some of those other things as excuses. You made the earlier comment about buying that automated piece of equipment. Well, I'll tell you what, you need to have somebody that knows and understands how to run that piece of equipment. That's the first piece. But then you also need to have somebody to run it that understands the product that you're producing out of that machine. And that generally is, again, a tradesperson, where you go ahead and take this tradesperson and give them some upgrade training to run that type of equipment. And that makes you a better operator than just another guy off the street that doesn't understand the product coming out of the end. So there's always value in apprentices and trades. And we're going to keep automating our facilities. I'm probably the most automated steel fabricating company in North America. And every time I buy a new piece of equipment, it actually causes me to hire more people instead of less. It grows my business, and you need more people around that machine to keep that machine busy. So I've never ever had to lay people off because of hiring a CNC piece or buying a CNC piece of equipment.